everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to do a wrap up of all the books that I read in July in this video. So if you want to know what books I read, then keep watching. So I did not do as many books as I would have loved to have read, but I did do a really good amount of kind of books. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start. So I started with The Lord of the Rings. Now I already read the first book in this really huge trilogy a long time back, but I never got around to reading the second two books in the series. So I did that this month. So I read both what was that? The Two Towers and The Return of the King. Now I have a whole separate video where I actually talk about the book and all the differences from the movie to the book and how I found the book and how I found the movie. So I will link that video in the card up here so you can go and check that out and get full details on what I felt about the book. Now I actually really liked it. It is definitely a masterpiece written by J.R.R. Tolkien, and if you have not seen the movie or not read the book before, I highly recommend it. If you have any thoughts about this book, or if you have not read it or plan to read it or anything of that sort, leave your comments below so I can check it out. The second book I read was The Fairest of All. I'm just going to bring that closer. So Fairest of All is a Disney book, and it is a retelling of Snow White but from the Evil Queen's point of view. And I went in with like a meager expectation of this book, primarily because there are a lot of Snow White adaptations and retellings, and some of them actually live up to it, some of them don't. So I wasn't really like expecting something huge out of this book, but I actually ended up liking it a lot. Now I really liked how they showed the whole growth of the Evil Queen, how she actually becomes the evil stepmother, why she wants to kill Snow White in the first place, and I think that whole storyline was beautifully portrayed. What was not portrayed as much that I would have liked was the whole story with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. But then come to think of it, I think that it's good that it wasn't there, because it really wasn't a story from Snow White's point of view. It was more from the Evil Queen's. So she would never have gotten to meet the Seven Dwarfs anyway, or spent as much time with them. So having said that, I think if you really like retellings, adaptations or anything of that sort, and you like fairy tales or Snow White, then you should definitely check it out. I'm intrigued, and I think this series has a lot of other Disney villains as well. I think there's a new one coming later this year. I think that was from Ursula's point of view, from The Little Mermaid. I'm not sure, but there is one coming out soon as well, and I'm definitely going to check out the rest of these books. The next book that I read was Girl Serpent Tongue. Now I have a whole video dedicated to reviewing this book as well, so I will link that in the card up here. If you haven't read this book, it's a spoiler-free review. So if you haven't read it, or if you plan to read it, or if you have read it and you still want to discuss about it, then you can check out that other video. In an overall nutshell, I enjoyed the book. It has a huge Middle Eastern vibe to it, which I thought was very exciting. And I didn't like the main protagonist, Soraya. I thought she was a little bit of a dimwit, and she just, I don't know, she kept doing these annoying things that was really irritating me, but everybody else were really cool. Now I don't think I was really invested in any of the characters, but I really liked the storyline and the plot. So if you're more into like a plot-driven story instead of a character-driven story, then I would highly recommend reading this. It's a great book to have as well, because it has a really pretty cover, and I don't have the paperback or the hardback, but I think I will get it just for this cover. So this was a great book as well. So I only read 4 books this month, and hopefully August will be a little better for me. I already have some great books lined up to read, and I will talk about those books in my TBR video for August, which I will upload shortly. But until then, hope you had a great reading month for July. Make sure you check out my review video and my Lord of the Rings video if you enjoy Lord of the Rings fandom. And thank you for watching.